League raids. I have not played league raids in months. I don't think there's anything wrong with league raids. In fact, I used to enjoy league raids a lot, but I stopped playing it because of scheduling reasons. A lot of times in my league, it's difficult for me to meet up with the times for playing raids. Initially I moved to league raids that were uncoordinated, and while that was fun for a while, I quickly found out that even when it's uncoordinated, it might even be worse because I don't even get a chance to hit the league rates at all. So I stopped playing for the longest time, but I needed to do a video on the new bosses, so I decided to give it another try. And honestly, it was very fun. It took me back to the early days of Injustice 2 Mobile, the days when we didn't even have solo raids and league raids was like the cream of the crop. Anyways, let's get into the actual video. You see the first phase that I just completed. My tip, because this video is going to basically be tips of how I take on the bosses and all of that. I'm no expert, but at least just get to know what I think. Then I would also love to know your opinions as well in the comment section. The first phase, not much to know there. The only important thing I would say is that you don't need to use Girl of Steel Supergirl at all in the first phase. You just need to apply 3 stacks of Raven's Darkness, and you tag in, use your EPI and finish off the boss. The boss is that easy. It doesn't have much defenses. It's going to, P1 is like the easiest, obviously, because it is the first of 4 phases. So it is the easiest. You just need 3 Raven Darkness stacks and basic attacks from EPI, and you are set. Mind you, I'm using dark metal cards on EPI, and I am using Puppet, Satana's Puppet. You know, if you do 3 Raven Darkness, the third negative effect from Satana's Puppet is going to be blindness, so it's going to be very easy to combo interrupt the boss. So that's for phase 1. For phase 2, don't kill off your Girl of Steel Supergirl. Make sure that she's around, and yes, you might need a bit of luck because you're going to find that sometimes when you're fighting on phase 2, the boss will just refuse to tag in one particular character. For example, you might get that EPI never gets tagged in and only Raven and Girl of Steel Supergirl. I would say you just have to live with it, and if it happens like that to you, then sorry. If it doesn't, then lucky you. I would say it's more of like a 50% chance of that happening or not happening. So yeah, anytime Girl of Steel Supergirl is tagged in, you do your special attacks with her to get those extra damage, because you're going to need it. This boss phase 2 has a lot of defenses, so you need that extra buff from Girl of Steel Supergirl. Without that, you are not going to one-shot phase 2 with this team. Then, of course, you need the darkness stack from Raven, and then you do basic attacks with EPI. I know some people have had success using Twin Blade instead of dark metal cards on EPI. That's probably something I'll try in the future, the next time I get to play raids, and I'll see how that goes. And if it works out well, I'll share it with you guys. Just let me know your own experiences as well. For phase 3, it's quite simple. You apply the effects from Girl of Steel Supergirl by doing her special, and you apply darkness from Raven and just a few basic attacks from EPI, and the boss becomes melted butter. Pretty simple. Phase 2 is going to be the most critical point because bad section of tagging might be an issue, but even if you start out with bad tag-ins, if eventually you get the tagging right, you just need about 30 seconds on phase 3, and phase 3 will still be destroyed. So yeah, phase 1 doesn't take much time, phase 2 doesn't take much time, phase 3 doesn't take much time, but you see that phase 2 is where, yeah, you may need to have a bunch of tag-ins before things will work out well for you. Anyways, that's it for Brainiac. Next up, we're going to now start looking at the new sub-bosses in league raids. We're going to be starting with this gentleman. What's your name, sir? Can I call you Mister? Why are you red? You are red. Anyways, enough of the why are you gay jokes. Hellboy, this big puffy boy. No Diddy. This big puffy boy is going to be immune to crit and lethal. You can see I'm not able to do a single lick of crit and lethal attack against the boss, but in league raid, we know that Mr. Freeze is able to do a huge amount of damage, so much so that even his regular attack without having any crit boost, without having any lethal boost, is going to be hitting about 3k depending on how well you build. Like the Mr. Freeze you're going to take into this match against Hellboy has to be stacked with attack. It's just attack. You just need as high attack as possible, which is also why I have Vixen, because Vixen is going to give me 200% attack for each 50% attack for each negative effect. So that's 200% attack once my Zatanna's puppet is on full flow. Then of course we have the health reduction from Zatanna, which is not really needed because you see that I had a lot of time to finish it up, but it's a nice plus to finish the match in time. You can use Zatanna in this match. I would say she's the best support. There are other options. And she will also give you 300% damage. So by the time you're combining the Zatanna's 300% damage with the 200% attack you get from Vixen, remember I said you need a lot of attack in this match. By the time you combine those two passives, you're going to see that Mr. Freeze is going to be doing a lot of damage. And there's the added benefit that the Hellboy doesn't resist stun and freeze. So you can freeze this man, you can stun this man. Of course, this tells you that you should be able to use your League of Anarchy team here, because you can use Harley Quinn, but you would definitely want to use your EPI with Raven in Brainiac if you want to play 3 phases and maximize your damage output. Yeah, that is why I would say use Mr. Freeze on this match and you are set. And it was really surprising to me that Mr. Freeze was able to do such high damage, because like I said, I have not played League Raids for so long. I think this was like my first time this year playing League Raids. Last year, I didn't play League Raids that much last year. I don't think I even did. If I did, okay, I probably did, but so few times compared to solo raids that I play every single day. Yeah, I barely touched League Raids. But yeah, it's like I said, it was fun, and this is the team I 100% recommend against the big puffy Hellboy. Yeah, next up, we are now going to be looking at boss EPI. As soon as this screen finishes loading, thank you very much, Hellboy. You can get your big ass out of here. Yes, EPI. Now, EPI at first may look like, oh my god, what the hell am I going to do against EPI? Not just because she does good amount of damage, but boss EPI is going to have hazard. And the hazard is the one that's going to apply dot and the one that's going to siphon your power. We all know how those hazards can be very annoying. And trust me, there are multiple strategies you can use for this match. There's one, on ice? There's an on ice artifact, I think it's Robotic Spider, that can remove hazards on the floor. I have it. Trust me, I have the Robotic Spider, and of course, Robotic Spider gives you more options on the kind of teams you can use in this fight. But I was like, how many people have Robotic Spider? If I make a video using Robotic Spider to remove the hazard from the floor, then yeah, that is no fun. I'm sure you guys would probably not enjoy that. If you will, just let me know. Maybe I will probably try that gameplay for the few of you that have the Robotic Spider. But for those that don't have the Robotic Spider, we have the free-to-play options. You guys know how much I love free-to-play. We just did. We used Beast Boy, and we use John Stewart, Green Lantern, to make sure that the secondary effect of the hazard, in this case, which is the siphoning of your power, doesn't take effect. Like I said, there are multiple artifacts that can help you. There's even one Apocalypse, what is it called? Mega Rod. Yeah, pause once more. But Mega Rod artifacts, instead of siphoning power, you'll be gaining power with the Mega Rod. So that was one strategy we used in the old days, the good old days of Injustice 2 Mobile. We don't need that anymore. We have John Stewart, Green Lantern, and we have Zatanna's puppet, and we have the Beast Boy. Anyways, that's for that. If you need a team, the best team I think you can use is to use Beast Boy against EPI. Now, for the final video. Now, this gameplay, we just have to say I am not proud of it. I am not proud of it because there were some things I did not understand fully about Scorpion before going to this match. This boss is immune to dot, and I believe hazard dot as well. And you might be like, how are you not doing all this damage? Well, this damage is coming from the fact that he, Scorpion's passive ignores hazard dot immunity or stuff like that, so it ignores it. So that basically means that you can use that passive is an hazard dot. So you can use it in this match. But it is not just the hazard dot does like the most damage, but when you are using a Scorpion raiding team, you also want to benefit from the basic attacks that also do dots and all of that. But they are not going to, because the passive doesn't cover the regular dot, it only covers hazard dot. That means that those normal basic attacks you are doing with your raiding, you're not getting extra damage from that. That makes this match more difficult. However, you can trigger the hazard dot, like I said, by igniting the hotspot. Problem is, I wasn't paying attention in this match. Whenever the hotspot became active, I would do dot damage. But I started noticing that sometimes I am using my raiding, and I am not doing dot damage. So I was like, is something wrong? Is this bugged? Or I had to rewatch the video. Then I saw, oh, this was where I made a mistake. You can see right now, if you look at the top right of the screen, there's only one negative effect. That is from the God Killer artifact. But you won't see any hotspot until I do a special. You can see I did that special 3 from from Scorpion. I did that special 3, and you see that hotspot became active. And as soon as I do either a jump, a swipe, or a down swipe attack, you see I will now stack up to 3 stacks of hotspot. If you notice that hotspot signature is not there, immediately tag in your Scorpion and do a special 3, then do a jump attack to start the ignite. Then you can use your raiding to do down swipe and a forward swipe. But you do the jump attacks with Scorpion to activate one of the 3 hotspots, then you do forward swipe and down swipe with raiding. And that was the mistake I made. I was just hitting the boss even when there was no hotspot to ignite. That was wrong. Anytime your hotspot, not hawkspot, Jesus Christ, hotspot gets exhausted, tag in Scorpion. Smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.